So one of the things I get a lot of questions about is, deloading and how you do it. How do you implement it? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it too often? And so, what exactly do you do for a deload week? There's a lot of different things, and you can really make the most of this week. I deload every 5th week of training, and so I don't just mush dick and sit around the house. I get in the gym and I still train. I just take it a lot lighter. I work up to 50% at most, and hit some reps, get some blood flowing, and go through all my stretches, and that really is going to help your recovery so that you can start your next block, in better shape. So here's my workout of a typical deload day for my squat day, and I'll have some commentary over it. Enjoy. So one of the first things I do really with my warm-up is I typically will sit there and get some rowing in, get the blood flowing, or get on the spin bike, or go walk around the neighborhood. But tonight, rowing seemed to be the way to go. It's the easiest. I like one of the things I like about rowing is that I kind of force some hip mobility, where normally I can be a little bit lazier. So keeping things moving and getting a full position and trying to maintain some back tightness and kind of a full body warm-up, and it's worked out really well for me. Well, whatever you're doing, I'm basically just going to sit here and really just bang out about a 500 meter. After that, it's banded distraction stuff. Remember, this is a deload week, but this is basically the exact same way my day 1 or Monday or squat day would go. So warm up. And then it's going to be some banded stuff like this where I'm pulling to try to work on the hip flexor. I've got some issues with that because I spend most of my day sitting on my ass. So this helps address that. A lot of great hip mobility stuff. I do each leg and usually hold for about a minute each and just kind of push through the different range of motion on the leg and through the hip flexor, tighten up the glute. Lean forward and really just try to pull it through, let the band kind of help there. So this is kind of how I do things. This is in my garage. This is where I train. This is how it goes. I train by myself just about 90% of the time. If I ever leave, I usually go to Red Stick CrossFit, at a gym, just to have some people around, a little variety. So these are some leg swings, just trying to get the hips moving, get everything open and nice, ready for what's on the menu. So with squatting, just try to get the lower body ready and unglued and unfucked from itself. So after that, one of the things I like doing a band assisted squat, basically, where I'm going to run the band and anchor it to something, and then I'm going to hook it around my back, around your low back, and from there you can really sit into it and get a little bit extra support. And that's why I'm doing things. Whatever band's going to be great. I like the green band. I don't have to back up too far. Put it right under my ass, and so it's kind of supporting me and pulling me up. I've got some issues that I round in the bottom, so I'm trying to work on my thoracic spine and pulling my shoulders back while pushing my knees out over my toes, trying to get into a better position to where I can receive a snatch better, squat better, be stronger, stay a little bit more upright with the torso. Just kind of spend some time here, move things out, work side to side, get the barbell on, keep the back tight, kind of push the shoulders through a couple spots too. After that, since it's a deload week, still going to squat, but it's going to be 3 easy sets. Basically going to be 3 sets of 10. This would be set 1, and just kind of work my way up with weight. I think all of tonight's workout I banged out in about 30 minutes maybe. So I really don't waste a lot of time. Just trying to keep the blood flowing and try to help recovery. One of the things with the deload is that it's going to be, you want to be able to be making that full progress when you come back to the gym after your deload week. And so me laying around or getting stiff and not training isn't very beneficial to me. So the whole idea of an active rest is really what's worked out the best for me. That I make sure I'll get massage work done as needed, or go see my chiropractor, kind of tune everything back up and get ready for the next block. I'm not sure if I'm going to spend another 5 weeks in high volume, or if I'm going to start pushing the weights and go into a strength block and kind of get ready for the season. Kind of feel like that's probably the route I'm going to go. I'm ready to start moving some weight again, so it should be fun. So that's all 3 sets of my squats, and then do my normal accessories here, which would be leg curls with the sweet Sorenex glute ham roller. For those of us who don't have room or the money to buy a glute ham raise or whatever CrossFit giant ab machine that it is, I use these. This thing's about, it's 130, 140 bucks or something like that, maybe even cheaper than that. You can tie bands to it, increase resistance and pull in. I also use it as an ab roller, and a handful of other things you can do with it. But it's really a great piece of equipment. It doesn't take a big footprint for a garage gym like myself, or it's not terribly expensive. There's some side lunges and some other stuff you can do with it. These are the 2 things that I probably do most often. And so I'll do 3 sets of 10 or 20, depending on what the accessory is, and kind of move on from there. The other accessory I always couple in with my squats is good mornings, so I can just kind of feel the hips go a different direction, really explode weight up, pull the hips straight through, squeeze the butt. I do them both with a barbell, and I also do a banded just for a different feel. As you can see with those, I'm not doing a shitty squat. I'm pushing my hips back to really get the hamstrings and everything in it. I feel like my hamstrings and posterior chain are kind of a weak link for me, so I'm trying to bring up my strengths everywhere I can. Those are going to be really big key. Squeezing your butt at the top of these really makes a big difference. Trying to keep your mid-back arched and tight, and then finish my workout. I usually get some mobility and some more stretching stuff. So this is another really great piece from Sorenex. Being able to roll out the hamstring stinks. There's no real good way to do it on the ground. You can't apply enough force, and so this thing really does a great job. Another thing, it'll bolt to basically any 3x3 rack you got, even if some other folks make it. 3x3 rack with 1-inch holes, this thing's going to be the way to go. It's also got this knob on the end here where I can dig into the side of the glute and do some ART type movement. Keep things moving. For me, I'm not a young athlete by any means. I'm 30 to 31 years old. I got a lot of miles under my belt, especially competing and strength at a high enough level. And I'm really pushing to try to be the best athlete I can, and that's where I'm going. So I want to be able to move, I want to be able to run and jump and throw and compete in my sport, as well as have the strength gains. Get a look at doing the other side. I'll do a couple rounds of this as well as these stretches over here that I'm going to do using my box. So one of the issues I had is I struggle with trying to bring my knee up high enough anymore. And so I'm working on that position one leg at a time. These really tried to help my squat get better and help me deal with long days where I was going to spend all day in the truck. So, it's slow and steady progress, but I really do push mobility, I push the strength training, I push my diet's been really good, and just trying to make progress and treat myself better so that I can perform better when the time comes. And then the last stretch I really do is going to be just your standard couch stretch over on the bench. You put a foot up behind you and just stretch through the quad and the hip flexor again. You can raise an arm, it'll make a big difference. digging through this. One leg's always worse than the other. But again, you know, it's been a little bit of time doing it. You know, I probably, realistically, I think, you know, I spend 30% of my time strength training, 30% of my time doing some type of mobility, and then the other part's going to be conditioning. You know, I like conditioning work. I like the response I get from my body. I like being in a little bit better shape. And this is the last one with your foot up on the ground and keep trying to push, stretch that quad. That's really about it. If you're interested in my training, check it out, mattvincent.net. Strength Lab, it's a current ebook. It's you know, athletic training kind of for anyone. If you're sports or whatever, you want to be strong and dynamic and be able to move and compete. It's the type of training you should do. It's really simple, straightforward, no fucking kooky bullshit. And that's about it. You know, I recommend checking it out and follow my training. Check out the YouTubes, click subscribe, and thanks a bunch. And until then, stay strong, spread the hate.